All right, so this is pretty much the final rundown of my little program here. The uh, the goal was to learn how to use Three.js um, and to open up some files that I had downloaded from Second Life um, that I had made like 15 years ago to make a little game with, and modify those files and export those files. The file format is not really a standard format. It's something they made up so that they could store three-dimensional models as images. So this little picture down here on the left is actually representative of the model data that you're seeing in the 3D scene here. I've got like lots of different models that I've created for Second Life using this format. And normally I have used various tools to do this for me. I didn't understand the format in detail. I just understood the general concepts of what was going on. Um, is this a pie? Where is the cream pie? So here's a cream pie. All right, so as you can see, I did pull it off. I'm actually reading the image format. And if you look here I have Second Life running. I don't want to, there we go. And here are those cream pies. In fact, this is another game that I have, but I can't really bring this into real life. But the table itself is also a sculpted prim. And let me see. Do I have the table? Where's the table? Yeah, pie table. There we go. That's the pie table. And then they also have this other thing called a lossless and lossy format. And here's the lossless. So if you upload an image that's too large or with lossy encoding, your image data becomes corrupted. So this is the corrected version of it. Now they upload it or they display it as something called NURBS. And let me I can show you an example with NURBS here. And we'll go to the top view. So we have a cube, or so we think. And if I increase the degrees of NURBS, the cube becomes round. And so even though I have this point cloud for my vertices, they're no longer connecting to the model. And in NURBS, they become more of a suggestion of where the model should be. So I figured out NURBS, mostly. I also figured out UV mapping so that I could... Why is something not right? Oh, I'm still in NURBS. So the texture changes with NURBS, so that's a problem. So I figured out UV mapping. So as I click closer to a point, that point is selected, and the alignment grid is the best way to confirm that that is working as expected. So like anywhere in C12 or B12, should click. Oh, looks like I'm off just a little, maybe. But anyway, it's close. Let's see if, and this has to do with, is this ray casting? Ray casting is used to figure out which object was touched. So this is touched, and this object behind the dots is touched. And then the intersection also gives me the UV coordinates of where the object was touched. So there's a couple things going on when you actually click on things. Let's see, we have camera controls or orbit controls used to orbit the camera, pan the camera, zoom in the camera. We have transform controls that lets you move the object. Well, the point cloud will move. It's just a little buggy. Don't worry about that. Nothing to see here. But transform controls can rotate the object and can be used to scale the object. And then I also use transform controls to move the points of an object. So I can pull this point out here, and all of a sudden we got wonky looking objects. Let's see, textures. We have all the alignment maps are dynamically created on the fly. There's also we can put the color map directly from the model onto the model itself. And I'm not sure, but I think the points match up. Yes. And then we have the density map. Density map shows you the largest faces and the smallest faces. This is mainly used for texturing. You really don't want too many red faces here. You want to try and keep everything evened out. Then I also have a distance map, which shows you the relationship of the face. Let me get rid of the point cloud. The relationship of the face to the center of the object overall. If I bring this in, all of a sudden everything else becomes a brighter shade of pink because we got some new faces that got closer to the center. The face angle map, which was fun because it involved a lot of trigonometry. And I don't know trigonometry, but I can understand the concepts. The face map helps you figure out what direction a face is facing. So you can see we have 4 distinct colors along the sides, white on the top, black on the bottom. This allows you to take the image map of the generated texture and apply your own images to that map with an understanding of where those images will appear on the model once you're done. One of the things to look at here is the sphere, and you've pretty much got the whole color range going from top to bottom, white to black, and hues all the way around. See, I did a lot of testing by making all the unused pixels black in the model data to make sure I was only reading the colored pixels in the model data to create this object here. And then I was also able to export this model data image into Second Life to confirm that it was still rendering the same object. Sphere is not a good example because if all Second Life sees is black pixels, it's going to render a little dot. So usually I was working with a cube. Bam! And that would be my test usually. Let's see. I can export or save. I can save to different file sizes. Although it should be kept under 1024 or under 128 or less. Otherwise you'll get this. Where is it? There it is. So see this? Those edges are not straight. This is due to a lossy file format. With, from my understanding, it's JPEG 2000 compression on any image greater than 128 pixels wide or high. And this is just 256 pixels. All right, so another example of how corrupted your data can become is here is a table. This is the table I use to put my pies on. And if I go to the regular lossy version, my pixels got messed up. It's horrible. Now, in Second Life, a lot of people were always concerned about people copying their textures and whatnot. So besides black, I was also able to use the textures themselves as the unused pixels. And I figured I'd also have a preview option so that I could kind of see what the model should look like before I res it in world. Of course, this drops the frames per second. Well, not for this one. It'll do it for this one. So now my frames per second are dropped down to like 40s. And that's why I introduced the snapshot version as well. So we'll take another snapshot. There we go. Snapshot. What else? I think that's about it. I can show you a little bit about the UFO game, but I don't have it really set up. I'm missing the actual server. I'm unable to find that, but with all the other components, like the vendor and the flashlight that I'm holding, the flashlight is part of the game. So you know you had this search level, experience points, how much power is remaining. You can do a search. These are the UFOs that you could collect and be awarded with. So where's my camera controls? I wish I could figure out the whole camera controls. I don't know if it's like that I'm using the touchpad is the problem. I just need to figure out what what the original camera control. I just need to figure it out again. Oh man, that's horrible. But those are little UFOs that you could actually wear, and they would fly around your head. So if I put on wear, uh-oh, I grabbed the wrong thing. Attach item. Well, that was unexpected. I just grabbed my whole shop. Can I jump? I think I'm tied to the camera controls. How do I jump? I thought it was a space bar. Oh, well. Yeah, I'm not really in the Second Life anymore. So rusty.